In late October 2017, David Sylvian published an open letter on his official website, noting that a shorter version had first appeared on his Facebook page. He wrote it in response to a post by the band's former manager, Simon Napier Bell, titled 35 Years Ago This Month. In that letter, Sylvian gave his own account of the events that led to the end of Japan in 1982, shortly after the success of Tin Drum, and described the breakdown of trust that marked those final months. According to David Sylvian, he decided to speak because he had seen too many false or distorted accounts of the band's history. For him, the issue was not whether Japan still mattered, but the harm he believed had been caused by manipulation and financial disputes. He said that friendships were broken, some through their own mistakes and some through outside interference. He accepted that there are many sides to the truth, but when most of those involved share the same view, it suggests that something went seriously wrong. He recalled a dinner with Napier Bell before the release of Tin Drum, during which the manager advised him to break up the band and pursue a solo career. Napier Bell had also been encouraging Mick Karn to do the same. According to Sylvian, this was an attempt to influence the group by playing its members against each other. When he rejected the suggestion, it marked the beginning of deeper conflict. At the time, Karn had spoken about wanting to find his own musical voice, but also wished to keep Japan together as a safety net. Sylvian felt that a divided focus would hold the group back at a crucial stage and asked Karn to make a choice. When Karn said he could not decide, Sylvian made the decision for him. He later said that the seeds of discontent were planted because he had stopped listening to the advice he no longer trusted. Sylvian said that Napier Bell treated management like a game, moving people as if they were pieces on a board. He was particularly upset by the way Yuka Fuji, Japan's stylist and at the time Mick Karn's partner, had been drawn into rumours. According to Sylvian, stories about her involvement during the Tin Drum tour were entirely false, and she had never publicly defended herself. He recalled how tensions deepened when Karn asked Fuji to stay away from their shared home, leaving her to walk through London for hours each day until it was time to return. When she was finally asked to move out permanently, she went to Sylvian in tears, and he told her to stay. He said he understood what that decision would mean, as he had known Karn since they were teenagers, but that the decision about the band had already been made. According to Sylvian, this situation has often been turned into unnecessary drama, but anyone who knew Karn knew that such patterns were part of his nature. He described Karn as highly gifted yet emotionally volatile, capable of being both deeply wounded and deeply wounding. Sylvian said Karn could be the funniest person he had ever known, but also one of the most troubled, driven by insecurity and paranoia. He recalled that Karn had long harboured resentment toward another band member, something he admitted to still feeling during the later Raintree Crow sessions. Yet Sylvian added that everyone, himself included, forgave Karn because they understood that he was struggling with his own demons. Karn soon moved into a solo career, taking the advice Napier Bell had given him. Sylvian said this was regrettable because Karn was more talented than the publicity-driven image that management was trying to shape. Years later, they met for coffee in Chelsea, around 1990 or 1991, while Sylvian was working on Raintree Crow. It was the last time they saw each other. During that meeting, Karn told Sylvian 3 things he would never forget: that he was doing a great job producing Raintree Crow, that he brought out the best in him, and that he wanted Sylvian to produce his next album. Sylvian agreed, but the collaboration never happened. He said he was not allowed to see Karn during his final days in 2011, though a message calling him his brother was said to have reached him and was received warmly. According to Sylvian, Napier Bell had asked him to delay announcing the band's breakup for a year, to allow for one last tour that would provide financial stability. Sylvian agreed, but later discovered that the manager had taken his commission from the gross income rather than the profits. When the tour ended, there was little left for the musicians. When confronted, Napier Bell reportedly said that it was not his concern how much the band spent on staging, and that he was within his rights to take his cut. Sylvian said this was immoral, and that the arrangement denied the band any meaningful income once the tour was over. He characterized Napier Bell as a storyteller who later reshaped events to suit his own narrative while ignoring the harm caused to others. Sylvian said he held no grudge, but felt it was wrong to allow misleading versions of history to go unchallenged. In what he described as a kind of footnote, Sylvian explained that Napier Bell had never wanted to manage a band and preferred to deal only with him directly. During the recording of Tin Drum, Sylvian began refusing his calls, banned him from the studio, and stopped returning messages. Unable to reach Sylvian, Napier Bell began contacting Mick Karn, whose openness made him susceptible to influence. Karn's presence at sessions declined, and Sylvian said the manager started making plans for 2 solo careers that could both be managed and monetized. In Sylvian's view, this was where the real unraveling began. The creative unity that had carried Japan from their early glam roots to the precision of Tin Drum was weakened by ambition, outside manipulation, and mistrust. Each member had natural ambitions, but the timing and the interference behind them fractured the sense of purpose that had held the group together. For Sylvian, the end of Japan was not a sudden collapse, but the result of a long chain of choices and pressures that made the band unsustainable. It was a story of artistry, pride, friendship, and control. It marked the moment when, according to David Sylvian, he chose to walk away and begin a new chapter, one in which he could pursue his music without the conflicts that had overshadowed the final days of Japan.